All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today, my beautiful sages. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to all of the former subscribers and welcome to all of the new subscribers. Thank you all once again for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and jump into this monthly pick a card reading, and we are focusing on acceptance. Learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And every time I see this, I always get the serenity prayer. And just within this card, it's just speaking on peace, right? We're going to get into it in a minute, but it should go without saying, please do check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. All right? As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this. You can currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message to come if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings, okay? Please take what resonates, let the rest go and flow. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Please do not come to me talking about your feet and your toes hurt, because I ain't do what you did. If it don't fit, don't force it, y'all. I'm just telling you, Spirit will move you a little differently if it's meant for you, okay? And if it's not, that's all right. You know, let the rest, let it fly. It's for somebody else. I could be talking about overall collective energy. I could be talking about someone to whom you're connected to, family, friend, or foe, right? Somebody in your city, state, government, you know, country, I don't know. I also can just be talking about the season, you know, time. As far as when I do call out signs. I do not subscribe to gender roles as far as male, female, but I will say he, she in reference to masculine and or feminine energies, okay? Flip-flop yourself how you need to, you know, roles may be reversed. Just keep that in mind. These are general. All right, with all that being said, y'all, just take a moment here. Take all the time that you need for real. Like, pause the video if you have to. Just please take your mindful deep breaths. Get into your zen. Allow Spirit in to lead and guide you to the pile and or piles that you are meant to see and hear. Okay? You'll know. Take all the time that you need. All right, my dear Sagittarius. So right here with pile 1, we have Epona, wise leadership. Pile 2, you got a double topper with Mama Killa, the moon, and Rhea, or Rhea, however you want to say it, flow. And then here in pile number 3, you also got a double topper with Mama Qocha, water, reversed, and Demeter, nurturer, which is bringing me back to, they're saying Scorpio, but I really, don't quote me on that. But somebody got those two in one of their readings. I mean, y'all feel free to watch whatever other sign that you're being called to watch. It's for a reason, okay? Don't deny that. Wherever Spirit's telling you to go, go. You know, I'm here and I'll go if I have to go by myself. But anyway, so in getting into the energy behind this, the channeled energy, y'all. Like I said, I always hear the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity. Goodness, I can't talk. Come on, help me with my words. Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, right? The wisdom to know the difference and the courage to change what you can. I mean, I know it doesn't go in that order, but you know what I'm saying. It's all the same, no matter how you say it, how you put it. I do see some enlightenment occurring. There's something deep within that may be coming to the surface. I feel like, wow, I feel like it definitely has to do with your emotions, your femininity, you know, what's better known as the darker side of us, which I don't even know why that's always equated to the feminine side, but whatever. I guess because that's what we tend to hide away. Because she's precious, right? As to not get hurt. I don't know. I'm hearing and feeling that. And you always take me down deep in there. And this is definitely going deep. And I feel like, because I'm hearing, lotus flower bomb, firefly. When I'm low, you take me high. Somebody wants to teach you all about love, and I feel like that's God. You know what I mean? I do. Of course, this can be talking about a relationship. And maybe something went sour, or you may have, you know, We all go through ebbs and flows, highs and lows. You know, we all go through rejection. Honestly, that's the divine's protection. You know what I mean? Because there's something bigger and better. Or if you feel like you are with the one, there was something that had to end so that you could be born anew. You're bringing that new love, right? It's always a lesson, I feel, of learning unconditional love. That is one tough lesson, y'all. And be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it and then some. But the glorious thing is that it's beautiful. This is peaceful. You're going to have to go through some shiznai though. I mean, I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't got a lot to tell you. But it's going to be very much healing and enlightening, I see. There's going to be major work for you to be done. Not only deep, deeper within, as far as like it may be some family healing, because I'm feeling and hearing root. Although, it's not really coming. That's what I'm feeling, y'all. I know the color really is not coming through out of this card, but that's what I'm hearing and feeling. And then because your foundation has to be solid in whatever it is and grounded, okay? But more so, I feel, though, that you're going to be really feeling probably an awakening or enlightenment or expansion, if you will, within your throat, third eye, and crown the most. And it's powerful. It's like layers, it's like you're peeling back layers of the onion. And you're revealing more and more of you. Just understand that, especially the ones, we kind of push or stuff deep down or push to the wayside or, don't want to face. That's the most unique and special aspects of you that you need to embrace, right? That's your power, baby. Like, don't be afraid of it. Accept it. People may have talked about it or like probably ridiculed you for it. I see that. Made you feel like you wanted to tuck away and hide. But that's because that they saw that power in you. And they're honestly probably jealous and envious and just didn't know how to just give you your kudos for being the bold, courageous, outspoken you. You're wise, my dear sage. You're very wise. That's why it's a lot of the upper. So here is where we part. Whichever pile or piles you are meant to see, timestamps will be below. Whenever you're ready, let's go and grow. All right, for those of you beautiful sages who chose this pile number 1, this is the pile, and these are the messages for you. Keep in mind that we're diving deeper into accepting the things that we cannot change, okay? Learning to accept it. As I said in the intro channeling, this may have something to do with a relationship, and it doesn't matter, platonic or romantic. I'm feeling someone in your family strong, someone who you are deeply connected to and who you love. Have love for, or has love for you. And for others of you, I do feel like, and really both, it can be both, that I feel like it's a relationship with yourself even, okay? Some aspect of yourself, very much so. All right, diving into your topper energy. This is beautiful, beautiful. There's very much so. Oh, wow. There's a lot coming through. First of all, there's a transformation you're going through with that 14 being a 5 energy. There's some major changes, as I said. I feel like there's an enlightenment. I feel like you got a whole new breath about you. There's wisdom. You speak, the words you speak are powerful. It's enlightening. As the card says, I feel like many of you are really teachers, you know what I mean? In whatever realm that means. You can just be a mother and teaching your children, right? You can be literally a teacher, like in the school system, or, if you do homeschool, that's teaching, right? You may be like a boss, CEO, or a supervisor. There's a group of people who follow you for sure. And you are a profound leader, or will be if you're not in that position yet. Ooh. You leave a mark wherever you go. There's a fragrance, like, I don't know, there's an aura about you. I see someone being birthed. It's like you're coming out of your cocoon, or the advice is to do so. It's time to fly high, my beautiful butterfly. Oh, wow. You are power. You are noble. You're moving. I don't know if y'all can see that horse down here. That may be your spirit guide, part of your spirit squad. Night. Yeah, you are a guardian of some. There may be a group, whether it's kids, whoever. It really doesn't matter. But there's a group of people, I feel like, who you are. First of all, you are divinely protected, and you are protector and nurturer over a group of people, and they're saying power 3. I don't know. Yeah, you're definitely learning about agape, the true divine, or teaching even about that unconditional love. And you've had to go through, like I said, from the intro channeling, feelings of rejection, being left out in the cold, being walked over, you know, all the negative aspects that you could possibly think of within a relationship or within yourself, even, because we typically do it to ourselves before anybody else does, right? And so because people only reflect what we've already, what we do internally or feel internally. So but you've learned that lesson, and I feel like that's part of, accepting. I'm hearing the damage is done. There's always healing, right? You can come back from that. Yeah, you may have let yourself down in the past. That's okay. It's about how you pick yourself back up. Get back up again. 'Cause a saint is just a sinner who fell down, then got up. And somebody is definitely rising. And I'll rise up. You see that? I don't know. I'm hearing Phoenix. I'm hearing you rising through the ashes. Let's see what they have to say for you out of this. Stay grounded. Stay balanced. Stay focused. I don't know who that's for, because she's definitely, I'm focused. She's definitely focused on whatever she has in her hand, whatever's coming out in the vision. Get into your ritual work or continue if you already do, Okay. Epona, wise leadership, and it's upright. So you get and it's done. We're on page 28. 10. It's done and done. You get the empowerment message. Stepping into the world with a sense of surety and positive self-worth is what's called for now. Epona, the Celtic or Roman horse goddess of leadership and guidance, offers you her wisdom. Know that you have what it takes to heed it. You can do anything you place your attention on, and you'll find it easy to accomplish what's needed for your intentions to take form. Whether you are aware of this or not, the way you manage your accomplishments and even the way you handle failures and losses is modeling the way forward for others. What did I just say? I love it when they do that. It's just confirmation, baby, of the channel messages they bring to me. I love it. Like I said, it's about how you pick yourself back up. They just said it in a different way. Wow. There is a wisdom growing within you. Being true to who you are and placing integrity and humility equal to enthusiasm makes you a wise leader indeed. One that the goddess Epona is so proud of. I'm so proud of you. For real. They are. And they're telling you, like, baby, keep going. Keep striving. Keep fighting. Knowing you can always count on me. For sure. That's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be by your side forevermore. Yeah. You got a friend in me. I don't know. They be coming up with all the songs. But baby, that's what they saying to you. Okay. Take heed, honey. All right, my beautiful sages. How this is going to work is we are going to dive into this Butterfly for Life Changes Oracle to see what changes you may expect, have already gone through, can potentially go through if you decide to embrace and embody the energy and advice that Spirit has for you. Then we're going to get into the Angels of Abundance Oracle, which is going to look into the abundance that maybe you are trying to seek, that is to come to you. Again, if you decide to embrace and or embody this energy, or how to seek your attain your abundance, okay? Or just advice in general regarding your abundance. Whatever abundance that is for you. Because I'm hearing love, 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 crazy love. Some of you, that's what you're after. And then we'll follow up with the Legacy of the Divine Tarot here, which will clarify, confirm, maybe give timing, maybe give confirmation as far as signs, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. And then finally, we'll finish up with your finishers here, which is the Starseed Oracle for this month. And this is advice going forward from your Spirit Squad, okay? All right, y'all. Let me set these aside and we'll get into it. All right. First out, we have, what did I say? Y'all, I can't make it up. I really can't. I couldn't if I tried. I mean, that speaks for itself. I did say, so some of you really are standing out. I heard standing out from the crowd, but you're standing out. You're leader of your family. You know, whether this is blood relatives, whatever, you're leader of the pack. And you are meant to bring forth your wisdom, my beautiful sage, to help your family grow and move forward. Okay? For others of you, there may be, because you are standing out from the pack, and like I heard in the beginning, some of you may have to go at this alone, and you're having to come to grips and accept that, right? So what I was saying is that there may be some that you have to let go, Heavenly signs. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. I love it. I love this beautiful blue. Look how peaceful. Once again, I felt that through the acceptance. If you see dandelions, put your wishes, prayers, affirmations, manifestations into them and blow them out into the universe. If you see butterflies, that is a sign that you are on the right path. Things are changing. Be patient. Okay? Everything is a sign. It truly is. I'm sorry, I know that light is not helping, but everything is a sign. It's all in how you receive it and perceive it. Okay? Motivation. I don't know why every time I see this card, I hear dedication by Nip, but I love it. It's like the same thing to me, kind of. I feel like y'all have been, some of you may have been lacking a little bit of, they're saying faith, but I just feel like it's the motivation to move, to change, you know what I'm saying? And even just to accept things as they are, you're kind of fighting it maybe. And especially these family changes, I feel like you probably, like the ones who they're saying you may have to go solo dolo, you're not really ready. You know what I mean? You're kind of resisting. I don't know. I feel that energy. I do. Ready or not, here it comes. It's okay. You're going to be all right. For real. Don't worry about it. All right? You are never alone, really, if that's what you're feeling. But sometimes, I'm hearing it's lonely at the top. That's part of it. I mean, but you are never alone. That's the thing. And that's so interesting because loneliness is one of the themes for the month, but you're never that, because you have the whole world. You know what I'm saying? You have your whole soul tribe. You have your whole spirit squad if you need them. You just call on them. You know what I mean? All right. Your abundance. Do the work. Look at there. Some of you are really musically inclined, and maybe you lacked motivation to play. That's what they're saying. Play. Wow. That will help. Get into some music, whether you just listen to it, play it, sing it, dance with it, like for real, because that will help you kind of get some motivation and get out of the funk. It says, it's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. This abundance is trying to come through, but I feel like, again, some of you are resisting it. You're not seeing it. I don't know. Trying to remove as much of the glare as possible. It's like right there in the center. Anyway, wow, what did I say? You gotta call on them. They're there to help you. You just gotta call on them. You're never alone. And look at that. And as I say that, it's like she got the world in her hand. When I just got through talking about loneliness, this is purity. I love this. This is beautiful. She's earned her wings, and it's time to fly high, my beautiful butterfly. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. And look how they have that in italics. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. Because God is going to bring, you call out, they're going to bring other souls, people, things into your life, but you have to ask. And there are people that are meant to, that they send to help you. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be, because I told you, I feel the resistance. It's like, and maybe that's what you're needing, the motivation to just get out of your own way and open your mouth. For real. Call out, cry out, do whatever you got to, however you come. God just asks you to come. Come as your true, authentic self. I feel like many of you are needing help kind of stepping into this leadership role. Like I said, I feel like for those of you who are struggling to kind of let go of those who can no longer go with you on your path, that's what you're struggling with. You're having a hard time because we tend to want to try to, you can't straddle the fence, y'all. And it's just what it is. You can't, we can't people please and then try to please yourself, because it doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? How can you do both? When you fulfill the needs and wants and desires within you, what your soul and heart is calling you to do, you're going to please the ones who you're meant to please. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't worry about others. I mean, that kind of sounds very, but you do kind of got to be a little self-centered. I feel like that's the struggle for many of you. And it's like, yeah, you've been praying for freedom, for clarity, for enlightenment, for help, maybe. But then it's like, okay, the same things that you're praying for, you can't, you can, but you're only going to continue to feel and be stuck. And stuck, right? Because you're never that. It's an illusion. But what I'm saying is like it says in Do the Work. Basically, you pray for it, but then when the time comes for you to motivate yourself to move, or you see the signs and they're telling you like, all right, baby, it's time to go, and you don't go, then how can you be upset? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm hearing Beyonce. Listen. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what this is further talking about here. Page of Cups. It's in reverse, obviously. Yeah, I'm telling you that something is depleting you or has depleted you. And I don't know. It could be talking about children. It honestly, because I'm hearing adult children, it could be talking about, a childish mofo or somebody just that's been draining you. And it's time to let that go, right? Oh, man. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but y'all, that's heavy. That's kind of heavy. It could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. It doesn't have to be. This is Leo energy. This is beautiful. I feel like again, it's like balance. It's healing. It's something needed. It's enlightenment, and something, the new is trying to come in here. The stars are aligned. It very well may have to do with the Leo. I feel like this is speaking on you and your energy, like having the courage, right? To change the things that you can. That's what I just got. That's what I got out of that. You're the center. You're the guide. You have the power, my beautiful sage, to put things in order, to balance the scales. I'm definitely getting Libran energy here too. With whoever this is, whatever this is, you have a chance to renew or regenerate. Maybe I'm telling you something for many of you. I'm feeling like musically or artistically inclined, whether or not it is music, it's just something of the arts that you are something that you're trying to create. And I feel like it will behoove you to really get into, whether it's meditative music, just music to uplift you, something to help motivate you to do the work. You know what I mean? I don't know. Start over. I don't know. Look at here. This is the Hierophant energy. I love how they call it faith. This one, didn't I say some of y'all was lacking faith? But have faith. You're going to see the signs here. You're going to see the signs. See, I'm sorry. I knew I couldn't really put it right there. But wow, I love that. You're going to see the signs. It's like there may literally be a ray of light that you just see like right before your eyes are coming down from the heavens. I don't know. I don't know, man. Pray and meditate though, for sure. For sure. And if you're asking for signs, you pray for it, and then you gotta pay attention. You gotta be aware in the moment, be in the present, because the present is the gift. Dang, it's been a theme for a lot of you. The present is truly a gift, so don't miss it, you know? Don't miss it. Could be a Taurus that you're dealing with here. Doesn't have to be. And look, here you are, just worn out and defeated. Just worn out. I also hear them saying surrender. Surrender to the divine. Ask for that guidance here. Mind you, I haven't really been doing numerology, but you got the 19, which is a 10, done to begin anew. Like I said, regenerate, renew something here. 5 here, doubly confirming the 5 energy out of Epona, right? So needing a transformation. 55 is 10 to begin anew, right? And then of course the 9 here, which is nearing the end of this cycle. And I feel like you're done. Like it's a wrap. Now it's time to allow spirit in to help lead and guide you. My beautiful sages, this is you. Like stop battling yourself. Stop moving so hard. You know, surrender to what they're trying to show you. Surrender to going within. Surrender to acceptance. Yeah. Surrender to you being in this position, because you know this is all about the lesson, right? Because in order to be a leader, like I be telling people, in order to talk about it, you got to be about it. And you going through all this in order to help others. You got a group of people, don't forget that who are, I mean, I'm sorry, they're dependent on you. They are. And that's part of your mission, your journey. You know what I mean? Wow. Could have to do with the Gemini here. And like I said, I just feel like this is really just highlighting and underscoring the fact that you have lost, you know, the faith a little bit, have lost motivation, obviously. You might have the passion, you know, it's gone. I'm hearing the fire, your little fire has been kind of dimmed or whatever. And this very well may have to do with the relationship. I feel like it's you, the choice, the will, you exerting your will, and you haven't been. This is, wow, straddling the fence. You can't be on both sides. You know what I'm saying? You got to join. You got to claim one or the other. I don't know why that's coming through like that, but that's what it is. Regain your balance, because I tell that Libra energy is coming through strong. Very strong. All right, let's see here. Finishing up here with your finishers, and you got 2. Wow, and wow. I mean, that just sums it up right there. I told you I felt like it had to do with the relationship, and very much so, especially with that the Lovers in reverse. I mean, and it doesn't matter, family, friend, foe, right? Everybody's in your life for a reason. This says Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. And I feel like it's likely with, like I said, somebody in your family. And then you have activated earth. I love it. These are beautiful. There's a portal energy here. Wow. You may be at a distance from this person, or there may be just like, maybe even not a physical distance, but like there's distance between you. You know what I'm saying? You may have fallen out and like separated, or just not seeing eye to eye. And the relationship is needing a transformation. Whether you heal it and be in each other's lives or not, you know what I'm saying? It still needs healing. That's why the sun is out here. But whether you know, decide never to speak to that person again, I mean, you still got to heal that, right? Because you don't want them karmic ties to follow you from lifetime, you know, or to affect generationally, to affect your family generationally, right? But in activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Didn't I say they won't lead you or guide you where you're not meant to be, basically? You just got to have faith in them. Wow. Have a little faith in me. Okay. All right. That's gorgeous, though. There's an ascension happening for you, dear Sage. You are really leveling up. And with this earth, I just feel it's powerful. It's stabilizing. It's grounding. It's balancing. And it's healing for you. And I feel like you very much so need that. All right. Let's see what they have to say for you out of the guidebook. We'll start with karmic relationships. And then we'll go to the activated earth. So let's see here. I just passed it like 3 times. There we go. Okay, karmic relationships. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. The constellation Orion, this is page 84, which is 12-3, needing balance, harmony, Holy Trinity, right? Alignment, needing that. It says the constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I told you this definitely, I felt the karmic tension here, right? And I do, for those of you who I said it has to do with the relationship even within yourself, this is needing to bring your masculine and feminine energies together in union within yourself. And that can be talking about even this in the faith and the Hierophant energy, that union, right? That higher level, that moving on up. I mean, for real, in order for you to ascend into the leadership position that you're meant to be in, dear Sage, you have to be in union alignment. That's part of the Holy Trinity, right? Coming together, mind, body, spirit, but first bringing together your divine masculine and divine feminine energies, and then being able to align yourself. Wow. All right. Some believe that many starseeds who were part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. Didn't I say that? I mean, look at them. They're definitely separate, distant. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode, instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences, baby? Oh my God, and I just had a feeling of peace and love run over my heart. Wow. That's powerful. Oh, I love it. So we're finishing on page 85, which is 13, which is a 4, stabilizing, balancing, and grounding. And oh my God, this energy is wow. So they finish with Starseed Soul Inquiry, which says, which relationships do you find the most challenging? Right there, the ones closest to us, right? How can you see things from a different perspective? How are you being called to allow growth through the conflict? Prayer changes things. Pray. Pray, pray, and pray, y'all. And pray some more. For real. All right, activated earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. And this is page 32, which is a 5. I'm telling you, 555, that is major for you. And as I say that, 555 is 15, which is 6. Needing to turn this right side up, which is that balance, harmony, love, energy, right? Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses. Also known as spirit paths, they've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian Aboriginal cultures, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of people. What did I say? Continuing on. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. And that's no coincidence how this karmic relationship is aspecting that do the work, which I was telling you to get at, sing, dance, move, whatever, your song, Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that by connecting with the land and with devotion at these sacred places, dedication, devotion, same thing, right? Something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or to tend to the land you live on, to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers or nature spirits of that land? As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. I paused for a minute because when I said, didn't I say nurture, power 3? That's the same vibe it's bringing to me. And wow, we end on page 33, which is mastery. Wow, you are a master teacher, a leader, ascended master, probably is within your spirit squad. Starseed activation says, place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following, and I quote, I honor and thank the keepers of the earth beneath me, known and unknown. Thank you for your nourishment and tender holding. Wow. That's beautiful, y'all. I'm just at peace over here. That's deep. Y'all always go deep. Oh my God. 5s are heavy for you. You may see that. Pay attention to what you're thinking of and feeling at that time, especially if you see 555 on the clock. And write down everything, y'all. Write down. That's healing for you. That's powerful energy, dear Sage. And I'm feeling so much clarity and peace within my crown, my third eye, y'all. This is powerful. I'm telling you, there's going to be so much enlightenment. Anyway, that is all I have for you, Pile 1. I pray that it resonates. If it does, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below, because you never ever know how this may help someone else grow, especially in including yourself. That's what this thing is about. That's what we're here for. That's what we have this family and this channel for, y'all, to learn and grow. We should be ever evolving and ever changing. That's part of life. Yeah? All right. If somebody comes to mind, please do like, share, as I mentioned, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to thank you so very much for all of the likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions, of course, for the love that you show, for just listening. I pray that it resonates and that it helps you in some way, somehow. Please don't forget your love and light, y'all. It truly makes everything all right. Allow yourself the love and the peace and just the patience, you know what I mean? Accept you for you. Love on you like no one else will, okay? If you're joining me for another pile, I'll see you there. If not, please do take care. I love you and I thank you. Deuces. All right. Welcome to those of you beautiful sages who chose this pile number 2. This is the pile, and these are the messages for you. Wow. Let's not forget that we are diving deeper into accepting the things that we cannot change, right? We're wanting to receive this enlightenment, this clarity, wanting to grow, okay? Mind, body, spirit. All right, diving into your toppers. This is interesting because you got Mama Killa, the moon, and Rhea or Ray, flow, but Ray is in reverse. And I feel like with this moon energy, that's interesting. It's so funny because, the moon, she's fierce. She's screaming to me, deep, deep, deep emotions, but I love how enlightened she is. And I feel like it's shining light on your shadow side, on maybe the things like I was saying in the intro channeling that you may have tried to hide, or somebody may have felt or had you feeling, I don't know, some kind of way about your feelings, your emotions, right? So many of you have not really gone with the flow, if you will, of the way you feel, not really allowed your heart to heal, and not really allowed yourself to be guided by your heart, by your emotions, really. You just kind of blocked them off. You're very closed off. But there's needing to be a change in that. I feel like something powerful and magnificent. Like I said, I feel like that's your power, though, my beautiful sages. I feel like some kind of way you may have Cancer heavy in your chart, connected to one. This may be issues even with your mother, speaking of Cancerian energy, or somebody in your family, and that definitely came through with pile number 1. So you might want to check them out if you haven't already. But whoever this has to do with, I just, like I said, I feel like some kind of way you've kind of dimmed your light, but it's trying to come out, and it needs to. There's something that you are meant to do powerfully, my beautiful sages, and it's time to embrace your power, your deeper femininity. It's time. Whew. There's definitely some enlightenment, like, oh my God, like you probably gonna have this big boom, like an epiphany so grand, you're gonna be like, oh my God, literally. I don't know. But anyway, so 43-7, that's about that journey, can be about, enlightenment quest. And I just feel like you're not really going with it right now. I don't know why. You're just blocking it off. Like I said, you may have been dealing with somebody who's like this, have closed off, shut off emotionally, detached, dark, and that may have drained your flow, your energy. I don't know, but they're definitely screaming for you to open up, for you to heal that, work with your sacral. I mean, I'm honestly getting all of the chakras here, but especially out of flow, I'm hearing heart, sacral and heart, and of course solar plexus the strongest. And then this is very much so just dealing with your deep, dark emotions here in the moon energy. It could even be a Pisces or Scorpio, but I'm feeling more Cancer, okay? So let's see what they have for you out of the guidebook. And I guess since Mama Killa came out first, we'll start with her. And she is upright, so we get the empowerment message. Let's see here. And it says, Mama Killa, the inking goddess of the moon, presides, do it this way so my hand won't start hurting. Presides over the power of cycles and seasons. The moon rule, this is page 64, by the way, which is 10. Done and done. Something you're doubling up, right? 5 times 2 is 10. The moon rules the night sky, returning full 13 times in a year. The ancients marked time of the moon to know when to plant, when to harvest, when to store food, and when to celebrate fertility. Right now, you're invited to see what is familiar and decide whether you need to improve on it or leave things as they are. The answer to your inquiry can be found in the timing of things and the cycle you're in. You can apply the idea of natural cycles to relationships, creative projects, personal growth, and more. If you're honest with yourself, you will see there is no way to control these cycles, only to use the creative energy they offer to help you. If your relationship is unclear, yet brimming with potential, you might turn to the new moon energy that shows up in the spring cycle of life. In that case, you just need to allow the relationship to grow naturally and be clear in your intentions. Go with the flow is what they're saying, all right? When your outer world seems to be slowing down, with obstacles rising up and temporarily blocking your every move, which is why this ray is in reverse, do not put up a resistance. Instead, take advantage of the need to rest and recalibrate your intentions as you wait for the cycle to change. No matter what, like the cycles of the moon, there is divine order in everything that is happening in your life right now. Once you know this, the goddess Mama Killa welcomes you to her divine moon dance of co-creation. All right. Let me get to Ray, and then we can read it. She looks so worn out. She does. She looks so worn out. I don't know, defeated a little bit. So it's reversed, so you get the alignment message. Sometimes you find yourself in a stagnant state where nothing seems to be moving. The flow between you and the universe is blocked. This can happen when you fear that your desires won't be met, and also when things are moving quickly and seemingly in a different direction from what you expected. The goddess Rhea reminds you that when you trust the flow state, you'll find an opportunity to flow around a bend you've not discovered yet. Her alignment task for you is to let go of the branch and allow yourself to be carried on allow yourself to be carried on the river of your life into parts of the river you have not yet traveled through. She will ensure that although you will experience unfamiliar and unexpected things, releasing the form of it all will only result in the discovery of magic and miracles. Let go and allow the flow to do the rest. You'll be amazed at how effortless life becomes. That's page 87. 15 is a 6, which is about harmony, balance, love. Go with the flow of your heart, baby. For real. All right, let me put this down and we will put these away. I'm not going to be able to manipulate those very much, Sage. So how this is going to work, we are going to dive into the Butterfly for Life Changes Oracle to see what changes you could have already gone through, are going through, or likely will go through if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you. I'm so sorry. Then we're going to dive into the Angels of Abundance Oracle here, which is messages of abundance that you may be trying to seek, how you can seek said abundance, advice, whatever. All right. And then we'll dive into the Legacy of Divine Tarot here, which is used to confirm, clarify, maybe even bring forth timing, if you will. If I call it the signs, could be talking about the seasons, whatever. And then we'll finish up here with the finisher for the month, which is the Starseed Oracle. And this is messages of advice going forward from your spirit squad. Okay. All right. Let me put these aside and then we'll dive on in. All right. First out, we have, wow, forgiveness. Every time I see this, they say forgive yourself. Forgive yourself first, right? Forgive yourself for not, for shutting down, for not opening up your heart, for allowing others to affect you to where you dimmed your light. You know what I mean? Just forgive. And then, of course, once you do this, once you forgive yourself for whatever, you will have the care and compassion in your heart to forgive others. That's how it works. I'm so thankful that God is the judge, jury, and executor. I mean, not in a sadistic way, but I'm just saying, I'm just glad that, because baby, if it was up to anybody else, we probably would have been persecuted and hung and whatever a long time ago, right? Forgives over and over and over. And I love it. Thank you. Look at this. Definitely. I mean, this just speaks for itself. And I feel like it's, like I said, with the forgiveness, it's relationship with self that needs to change. Recognizing that it's okay. Like, yeah, you may have put yourself last before, but when you know better, you do better. So you're changing that forevermore. Yeah. I pray. Okay. Just try to remove as much of the glare as I can. And wow. Yeah. Yep. Some of you, it's time. It's time to leave them old habits, thoughts, behaviors behind. It's time to leave any toxic situation behind, whether a relationship. It's time to leave your comfort zone is what I'm hearing. Leave the nest. Let go of that stick. Ain't that what they said? Travel down the river. Flow, my baby. Flow. Let go and grow. Wow. Some of you, this definitely has to do with a lover. I mean, honestly, it could be anybody, but I'm just feeling what I'm feeling right now strong is that it has to do with the lover who may have left, you left them, whatever, flip yourself how you need to. And either one of you and really both need to forgive the other, okay? I hope that makes sense how I just said that, but I feel like y'all know what I'm saying for whoever it resonates with. So that whatever the situation is, the relationship is, can heal. And like I said, this may very well just be within yourself. You may have left, I don't know, a job, a person, place, thing, and, you may be kind of ridiculing yourself. Well, that's what they said. Or like feeling guilty or, you know what I'm saying? Shameful, whatever. That's the devilish energy. Let that go. Everything happens for a reason and just accept it, Accept it. It's for you to learn and grow. That's what everything is about. Development is what I'm hearing. All right, moving on into your abundance. Let's see what they have for you. Attracting, not chasing. And I feel like this could have been a twin flame relationship. And that's what you're needing to learn, because when you are in that twin flame dynamic, that it's the runner chaser dynamic, and that doesn't get you anywhere, you know? And that is truly, those relationships are the hardest, because I mean, it's so much shit that you got to deal with in that you signed up for, but it is for you to learn and grow. You know what I mean? For you to really learn the lesson of unconditional agape love is one of the toughest. It's not easy, y'all. It is really not easy, but it's so pure. You know what I mean? That's the purest love there is, because no matter what, you accept and understand that things happen just so. You know what I mean? As tough as it was, it happened for that reason, for you to be able to acknowledge and accept that you still love that person, that energy, you know what I'm saying? Regardless. Now, once again, like I told pal number one, that doesn't mean that, you were meant to be in each other's lives forever, but still, you can forgive and let go and move on, right? All right. Anyways, this says, anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying, quote, chasing, end quote, energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. And that's how you get what you want peacefully. I always feel the Six of Swords, and I see that in this card, because no longer are you... It's serenity. It's serenity. You've accepted the things you cannot change. You have the courage with that Leo energy here to change what you can, and you've gained the wisdom to know the difference and to be able to let go and leave. You know what I'm saying? What's not serving you. That's what I got, though. And then, wow. See, that's what I'm saying. This is reversed, obviously. So it's like you're not, you need to accept it and be thankful for anyone that has rejected you. That's protection, baby, because there's something bigger, better, more peaceful coming to you. You had to leave that. You've outgrown that situation, but you're not seeing that you still need to be grateful regardless. An attitude of gratitude manifests your miracles and magnitudes. And that's likely why you feel stuck. That's why that flow is in reverse. Yeah. So I'm going to turn it upright just so I can read it. And it says, counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. That's why I told y'all in that flow energy, you needed to work with your heart, like powerful. What and who, this question always trips me up. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of these. You'll discover. Wow. Get it together. Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. All right? You're not seeing that right now, and they need you to. They're asking you to. Grateful, 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 grateful. Gratefulness is flowing through my heart. But it's not, because it's blocked in yours, beautiful sage. But that's the song. You might need to listen to that, honey. Yep. You might want to. All right. Moving on. Legacy of the Divine. Wow. Judgment in reverse. Some of you are done and done. You are not reconciling. You don't even want to see this, and you're not really you done judged it. I feel like you prejudged far too soon. And it's really not done. I don't feel like it's done, but you obviously feel like it's done. For this to be in reverse, you're not trying to see. I mean, that's self-explanatory right there. You're not wanting to see. There's an opportunity to revive this energy if you just allow it to flow. Just go with the flow, right? For some of you, this is just putting an end to that runner-chaser, that twin flame dynamic, like I was saying. I feel like you're done with that, which is a good thing. Wow, I don't know. Yeah, you just want your peace, stability, happiness, which you will get. And I do see, though, Wow, that is so powerful, because you got 2 10s here, which is a 20, which is 2, needing balance and needing to make a choice, right? Which I feel like, it's probably going to come back around, especially if this is in a twin flame or kind of karmic situation, which everything I feel like is karmic. But if you haven't learned your lesson, let me put it like that, then it will come back around for you to have a do-over, right? And didn't I say do something over or go back or something like that? I thought I did. But anyway, you'll have an opportunity to get it right. This is Virgo energy, strong for me. Also Lovers energy, like Gemini energy I get out of this as well. But check your Venus. That may have something to do with whoever this is. I generally get Aquarian, or even I don't know, I just generally get Aquarian energy here. I don't know why. I just do. But yeah, that could be who it has to do with. Doesn't have to be. Could be, the realization, or whenever you came through this experience or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's like check yourself, check your foundation, check your morals, check your ethics to nurture and heal whoever, you know what I'm saying? Yourself. Mother yourself, especially if this has to do with the mother, because didn't I say that with the Cancerian, the moon? And it's coming through strong with that Virgo energy about the mother, y'all. So, 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you're not moving. You're not wanting to move on. You're not wanting to flow, y'all. And I feel like your heart, like that passion, is gone. It is gone. I don't know. They're saying power 1, and I'm getting chills. I'm saying that because somebody is definitely depleted. Very much so, maybe a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. For me to say that, because that's what came out in power 1. All right. Somebody is, though, sees it clearly. They're freeing themselves. Somebody is definitely leaving. Likely you. Very much so, it can be a Gemini here, or you have that heavy in your chart, or an Aries. I didn't say that. I'm sorry. I feel like for many of you, though, this is you. This is your energy. And I feel like somebody here set themselves free. They left you. This could be something even from childhood, y'all, and that you have not gotten over. You're needing to get over. Maybe you feel like your mother abandoned you. I'm hearing that for somebody. Or, left you out in the cold about something or something. Because I just see, obviously, with this leaving out here, and even with this ship's, like, somebody's was left behind. Yeah, somebody moved on. And it could be it could be your family. I mean, it's something with your family. That is no coincidence that we got this 10 of coins come underneath this. And like I was saying with power 1, there's very much so a connection. And they had family dynamics over here. And it very well may be a authoritative. It could be a boss. It could be somebody on your job. Like, they left you out in the cold. Like, I don't know, or you left. You had to leave. You felt like you were forced to leave because of whatever. Maybe you felt like there was no room for growth, or you felt like you were going to be stifled, or you weren't appreciated, or you were, weren't looked over. I feel like it goes both ways, because for this gratitude list to come out in reverse, I feel like you likely weren't appreciating the situation, the circumstance for what it was, when it was, how it was, and vice versa, right? Look at here. The Hangman in reverse. Some of you definitely felt stuck. But I feel like this is, you're never that, right? I told y'all that from the beginning. You're never stuck. And some of you, it's time to move. Set yourself free. Like you really may have feel like you've lost something. Whether it's your time, your energy, your money. But it's like it's coming back around to you. It is time to get up out of this, whatever. An attitude of gratitude, manifest your miracles and magnitudes. Somebody's moving. Somebody's really trying to get gone. Get unstuck. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Interestingly, this is a 12 energy, which is a 3. Double confirmation with the 3s here. And I was getting ready to say actually triple, because you actually got 3 finishers here. But so you got 333, I feel like, and then even in there's 2 3s in the Mama Killa is 1, and the 43 in the Rhea is 1, is another 3. So 3s are big for you. That's what I'm saying. Needing to be balanced and in alignment. Mm-hmm. And that was a similar thing to Power 1. So anyways, let's see what y'all got here. Wow. Your life is a canvas. Paint the story you want to create. You know what I mean? Paint the life you want to create. Go for it. Put the pieces of the puzzle together however you see it fit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It says artist, manifestation, creative accountability. And I feel like you are needing, I told you somebody's fire is died. And you're needing to revive that. You're needing to allow your passion, your energy, that fire energy within you. That's why I was telling all of y'all really to work with your lower chakra systems. Bring back that fire, that desire. You know what I mean? And, create. That's your energy. The sacral is your creative center. So allow yourself the freedom to create, to do something new. I don't know. There's powerful here. Look at here. And then trust in the timing. Let's see. We'll put that here. Trust in the timing. This is beautiful. You've come a long way, my dear sage. You have. There's no need to rush it, though. It says, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. That's likely why this has been reversed. It's just telling you, like, just to be patient, which you likely feel like you have been, but it's just wait. Just continue to wait. You got some more work to do on yourself, I feel. Wow, y'all, I can't make it up. I ain't even see this. Look at that. I told you. I told you. Y'all are rushing. Pause for a minute. And that's why I said I feel like somebody's bursting out. Somebody's really trying to leave. But it's like, hold on. Take a time out. Just wait. Just wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. Wow, and that's interesting because this spider web, this 8 of Swords, that talks about and that's talking about that creative energy as well, like weaving your reality. Wow, that's powerful. And look how it aspects that. That is wow. I can't make it up, man. Whew, that's a lot. All right, let's see. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. And this is page 134, which is an 8. Eternal creation, y'all. You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. What did I tell you about alignment? It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. I mean, the mind is what I was telling you, the enlightenment coming from Mama Killa, and the heart from Rhea flow, y'all. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with the feeling of deep gratitude. Turning that right side up. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain. You'll find yourself attracting more and more experiences. Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's great. Anyways, so look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain. You'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? I love it. That's 135. It's time for a 9. Yes, that is a 9, right? Wow. Starseed Soul Inquiry says, what are you being called to create in your life? Oh my goodness. And let's see, trust. I'm looking, I turn right to wait. So I feel like they want me to read wait first. But it's not time yet. This is wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. It said this is page 118. Wow, which is a 10. You go from the 8, 9, 10. That's what they wanted me to read. That's why they flipped me to this. In our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world where an instant response is so often expected and at times even a currency, it can feel almost impossible to take breath, let alone give ourselves the space to rest, wait, and reset. Didn't I say something about, I felt like I said something about recalibrate. Oh, that was pile 1. But anyway, we're so often in overdrive, expecting instantaneous results over and over again. And when guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something's gone wrong. But often, not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, it can often mean wait. It's not time yet, or it's not yet time. The details are being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting. Wow, yes, that is exactly why they had me read this first. Our challenge is to keep trusting, right? When on the surface, it appears that nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring does always come. To remember that you don't need to solve all the world's problems in a single day, and that perhaps they'll be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. This card is your permission to slow down, switch off, and rest. You're being reminded to have patience and to, like I said right here, to have patience and to trust the mystery of life, to trust that things are being woven on your behalf. It may not be happening to the timeline you'd like, but if you gather up the patience, it will be orchestrated better than you can ever imagine. Love that. Finishing on 119, of course, which is 11. Okay? How can you slow down, be more patient, and wait? Just trust, man. Trust the timing. Here we go. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And this is page 114, which is a 6, bringing in that balance, harmony, stability, love, right? So often those who feel like they're here for a reason sense that time is running out and they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. Don't race ahead and ride a wave that is never meant for you. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxiety these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on, to trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out. There's plenty of time. There's no rush, and it's never too late. So that's on page 115, which is a 7, right? The journey, the awakening. Starseed Soul Inquiry says, how can you trust the timing of your life a little more? Wow, it's similar to Power 1. There's just an energy of peace, like calmness, stillness. And I got chills as I'm saying that. And I just feel, I don't know, there's a radiating, enlightening energy over my crown. It's like major downloads, major enlightenment. I don't know, major clarity. There we go. That's what it is. You're going to have to wait, my dear sage. Wait, how'd the song go? I don't know, but I'm hearing wait upon the Lord to renew your strength. All right? I'm a little more, what's the word? Is it somber? I don't know. It's just, I feel so good. I love it. All right, y'all. That's what I got. I pray this resonates with you, Pal 2. If it does, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below, because you never ever know how that may help someone else grow, especially and including yourself, right? That's what this thing is all about. That's why we're here on this channel and in this family, to learn and grow. If someone comes to mind, please do share, right? Like, comment as I mentioned, and subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you so very much for all of your likes, shares, comments, subscriptions, of course, and just the love, just listening, just joining me. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. I'm forever grateful, for real. If you're joining me for another pile, I'll see you there. If not, please do take care. And y'all don't forget your love and light, because it truly makes everything all right. All right? Until the next one, be easy. Deuces. All right. Welcome, my beautiful sages. For those of you who chose this pile number 3, this is the pile, and these are the messages for you. Let's keep in mind that we are focusing on diving a little deeper and learning to accept the things that we cannot change, right? Let's remember there's a feeling of peace, serenity, seriously, that's come over me in every single pile. And I won't be surprised if I feel the same when we're done, when it's all said and done. So I said that to say that I feel like many of you, if you really take heed to the advice and the lessons within this reading, you too may feel this beautiful energy. It's just, it's empowering. I mean, I can't even get my words together to really say what it is. But all I can say is peace. That's the best way I can put it. But in diving deep into your beautiful topper energies, I see that you may be a nurturer, a healer, needing that, right? So allow that in. And I feel like this is more so like nurture and allow your emotions to flow and run through. And that brings me to pile number 2. There's something very, very, very powerful in mastering within your energy once you balance it and allow yourself to truly embrace your power. And I feel like it very much so is like the divine femininity within you, dear sage. You got both master numbers here, 11 and 33. Obviously the 33 is reversed, but still it's 33. Like, you can't change that, right? So both of them speak like there's a gateway, a portal energy. And I feel like it's very much so going to come through your crown as well as your heart. First, your heart, though. It needs to come through first within your heart, because that's your emotional center, right? And some of you may have turned your back to this healing or your emotions. You know what I mean? Somebody may have been emotionally disconnected or distant or even closed off. And that may have triggered you, or I feel like for a reason, you know what I'm saying, for a purpose. But for sure, it's showing you, enlightening you, and showing you that which within you that you need to heal, nurture, okay? But when you do this, though, I mean, there's needing to be alignment in order to fully transform and allow this to be right side up, right? Wow, there's something you're holding on to. Something you're holding on to, and you really need to just open up and let go. Some of you feel like you're drowning in something. I don't know what that is. It's very emotional, whatever it is. I almost feel like I want to cry. Not even almost. I do feel like I want to cry. I don't know. And this can go way back from childhood. I very much so feel like it's y'all are getting the same overall message as Leo, I believe, in the mother. Something with the mother. And you know, you may have not had your mother in your life. You may have felt rejected or, you know, left out in the cold by your mother. I don't know, but there's something very much so with the mother that needs to be healed. You need to mother yourself, nurture yourself, love on yourself. Oh, your inner child. Yeah, this may go back. This may go back like way, way back. Not even just this lifetime. This may be, you know, past life trauma, but definitely something to do with inner child trauma, childhood trauma, something about a child and mother. Deeper than you'll ever know. I don't know who I'm hearing that for. It may very well have to do with the Pisces, or you have that strong in your chart. Like I said, a Cancerian. I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's do, I guess, Mama Qocha, since she's out here first. Wow, it's just powerful. I don't know. So, because Mama Qocha is in reverse, you're going to get the alignment message, okay? Overwhelm and empathy overload has opened up a tidal wave of emotion that feels like it is threatening to engulf you. What did I say? You feel like you're drowning, and that's what it is. Feelings are unruly now, and you may discover that it's difficult to control them as you project their shadowy fears onto the screen of your life. The goddess Mama Qocha says your task now is to detach, step back, and allow your feelings to pass through you like water, without judgment or disapproval. Let your fears be washed away with self-love and understanding. That acceptance, right? The world can be a chaotic place, and uncertainty can create instability where people will act out in incomprehensible ways. Move to higher ground. Say no to engaging and wait. Now is the time to respond when you feel ready rather than react in the heat of the moment. They're telling me to tell you to go to POW 2. Okay? Let the goddess Mama Qocha's waters of life hold you up and surround you like the fluid did in your mother's womb. I told you something about the mother and child. Let love be that water. And this is page 67, which is 13, 4, heart chakra, stability. All right, let me get to Demeter, nurturer. And she is upright. So you will get the empowerment message, okay? And it says, giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience, and the exchange feels clean. That's italicized, clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the heart, there goes motherhood again, and the harvest, Demeter, remind you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant in your. Wow, I got stuck because I'm focused on what page we're on. 22. So you got 11, 22, and 33. Anyway, it says, you've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too. Forgiving must be balanced by receiving. Wow, that is what it's all about, y'all. That's that divine feminine essence. Empress style. Sit back, relax, and attract. Receive all that you deserve. I love that. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you're loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. And when you need it the most is what I'm hearing, especially now. So let me put this down. We'll get these out of the way here and get into it. Mama Qocha, embracing your emotions, mothering and nurturing yourself with Demeter as well, okay? All right, I'm not going to be able to manipulate those too much, just as long as you can see them and kind of get an idea and remember a little bit, okay? How this is going to work, dear Sage, and I was about to call you Cancerian, so you very much so might be connected to one or have something to do with that, okay? This is the Butterfly for Life Changes Oracle, which we'll dive into to see what changes you may have already gone through, are going through, and or will go through if you decide to embrace and embody the energy and or advice that Spirit has for you within this reading, all right? Then we'll move into the Angels of Abundance Oracle, which is meant to bring you the abundance you seek, advice on how to attract said abundance, just whatever they have for you out of this, okay? And then we'll get into the Legacy of the Divine Tarot here, which is meant to clarify, confirm, maybe even bring forth timing once I call out the signs, let's say, or just maybe confirmation as the signs that are in your chart or whomever you're dealing with, okay? And then finally, we'll finish up here with your finisher for this month is the Starseed Oracle. And this is messages of advice from your spirit squad going forward, okay? All right, and put these aside and then we'll dive right on in. First out, we have gracefully aging. Wow, I feel like, who did I just do? It was either Leo or Aries, but this is beautiful. This may be talking about you or just a motherly figure, since we're all about the mother here, or just a parental figure or just somebody in your life, period, right? I see this is just screaming forth that sacral and solar plexus chakra. Also the love, the care and compassion that you need for yourself as you grow. Yep. All right. And then, wow, sentimental feelings. It's so sweet. I told you I feel like crying. Why y'all trying to make me cry? I don't want to cry. Look, I'm hearing Mary Jane. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tear. But you need to. It's healing. I keep trying to fight it too. And I feel like that's you though. You know what I'm saying? Whoever this is for. But you need to. Let it flow, man. That's why they tell you to go to pile two. Let it flow. It is okay. Let it go and flow, for real. All right? I don't know why I keep putting that in the center. I guess because I just want it aligned, but it keeps making a more of a glare there. Wow. Self-employment. That's interesting. I feel like this is kind of out of the blue, but hey, handle your business. Literally. You know what I'm saying? Heal yourself so you can really focus on growing your business. Growing you. You are your business when you are self-employed, right? Okay. What y'all trying to do? Oh, that's your business as a healer, as a nurturer. Some of you truly are. You may be a spiritual healer. They're bringing me back to Demeter. Man, accept that. I feel like you are meant to, you're going through this so that you can help others get through it just the same. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Power one. They're saying, yeah, you are a leader. Power one. If you haven't checked it out already. All right. Moving into your abundance. Let's see here. Wow. Cooperation instead of competition. And I don't know who this is for, but I'm getting Three of Cups, kind of Three of Pentacles vibes a little bit. So I feel like this is talking about whoever you're meant to work with. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, and there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. Teamwork makes the dream work. You may be in a musical group. That may be the way that's maybe your business and the way that you help others heal, because music is very much so therapeutic. Yeah, that's going here. Okay. Get out your feelings too, is what I just heard. Like, don't take it personal, for real. Monica coming through. Just get out of your feelings. No, that's not how it should come across, because you need to honor and accept your feelings, but don't be so deep in. I shouldn't say it like that either. Don't take it personal. It's just what I keep hearing, because I don't want to tell you to get out of your feelings when clearly they want you in your feelings, right? You got to do that to heal and to be aligned. Don't stay stuck there. Don't allow that to keep you stuck. You know what I'm saying? Or feeling that way. But honor them, right? Accept them, because that's your guidance system. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm sorry. Focus on your priorities. This has to do with healing. And then, of course, your job as well, your self-employment, for those of you who that applies to. This is Virgo energy I'm feeling. I don't know. It's like go within, find your way. You know what I mean? It says where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. And I feel like this is just, part of your healing, the healing process that you are meant to go through. Ugh. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. All right, and then finally, because you got 3, you special number 3, you. Unlimited ideas. Yes, yes, and yes. I love it. I love it. And you have unlimited potential, right? It says your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. And that's bringing me back to here with the cooperation instead of competition. Like, put your minds together instead of fighting one another, and watch what you will produce. You know what I'm saying? What you have the potential to produce. Let's put that there. There you go. All right. Moving forward. Let's see what this may have something to do with. Ooh. Knight of Cups in reverse. And I feel like this is just that loving energy. Really like moving, this is you resisting moving maybe deeper into your emotional center. I do see that this is like also saying it's kind of a good thing that it is in reverse, because I feel like for some of you, you're learning not to move so fast, to really take the time that you need to honor your emotions. Like I was just saying, you're learning to do that. You're accepting that part of you. So I do appreciate that part of it. And that's grace, right? That's beauty. That's the beauty of it all. So I love that. I love that. All right. Okay. And then we have, wow. Wow. I need this to be right side up though, because this can be a little, I'm hearing impatient. You're not seeing it clearly. This is you not standing in your truth or not focusing on what's true to you, especially as it's going to come under here on the focus on priorities. Not seeing what your priorities need to be, ought to be, should be. This is blockage though. Resistance even. Wow. And here's that beautiful Cancerian energy. So this may very well have to do with the mother for you. I feel like this is just telling you to nurture and heal yourself, balance and stabilize yourself, go with the flow, purify your heart and mind and your throat. Say what you need to say, speak from the heart. Be balanced and peaceful in doing so. Virtuous woman is what I hear, whether you're male or female. This is divine femininity at its finest to me. Because not only are you're balanced and stable, you're going with the flow emotionally, you're being led and guided by the Holy Spirit. You're really in touch with your feelings, which is why I wasn't saying get out of your feelings as far as just ignore them, but just make sure that you're healthy in embracing and acknowledging them. That's what I need to say. Now, what are you going to choose? Which way do you want to go? The red or the blue pill? But in this case, the red or the green wand. Are you going for love or money? Where's your passion? What do you want to do? You are the key to unlocking your destiny. Plan it out, map it out, and go for it. It's up to you. I do see that you need to balance yourself here, right? Figure out, see it clearly. Yeah. Ooh, and let go. Let go and let God. Stop being so stingy. Work on your heart chakra. You reap what you sow. You have to gather that self-love. Protect your assets as far as what you've worked for within healing yourself, right? But then when you find that beautiful balance within yourself and you find you have the self-love and you elevate to a whole nother level, you heal yourself, then is when I say the spread the love and light. Look at that light in the center there. Spread that. It will make everything all right, for real. This may be talking about you going into business with a Capricorn. I'm feeling stronger. Taurus even. Could be any of the other signs I've said already. We got air out here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Of course, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could even be Aries or Leo. But, I feel like, or even a fellow Sage for you. But, whatever. All right, finishing up here with your finishers for the month. Starseed Oracle, you have 2. Wow, I remember. Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. What, man? You are the key. You have the key to your destiny. Reflect on that. This is reflection. This is going deep for me. This is seeing clearly or needing to, right? And that's what this is right here. You need to really take heed to whatever advice is in this. Maybe you have forgotten your path or maybe kind of gone off, because I do see that focus on your priorities. I told you, as the Virgo, the Hermit energy, needing to go within to find your light and to shine your light so that you know which way to go and follow your heart. And that's what she's trying to figure out here. Yeah, that's what that is. We'll get into it in just a minute. And then it says, wow, you're not alone. Who was I telling this to? Power 1? I think so. I don't know. But it says isolation, physical connection, and community. And because I said something about the loneliness, whichever pile that was. And within that energy in the soul truth, I always call that the soul truth. What is that? The soul's journey lesson cards. The loneliness, it's the world, and it has like your soul tribe around it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's your spirit squad, even if nobody else physically, you know what I'm saying, on this planet that it embodies or that it's depicting, right? I don't know. But anytime you ever need them, all you got to do is call on them and they'll be there for you. And I feel like this is too, like these are mirroring. I don't know why I'm getting Geminian energy out of these, but these are twin, like it's your divine masculine and feminine, because it's like the light and the dark here. Coming into union within yourself to realize you were never alone. And coming into union with your higher self. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate clarity. And like, I don't know. It's meant for you to see that, to heal that. I don't know, man. Let's start with I remember. And it says, soul plan. This is page 76, 13, 4. Heart chakra. 4 is coming out strong for you. I didn't really go over numerology, but you got the ace, 2, and 4. So, and of course, we got the 11. We have the 20, remember those numbers too, because they may be important for you, in 33 in Mama Qocha. So here we go. There was a moment before you were born when you chose to the conditions of the life you're living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying, quote, yes, end quote. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroad, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, right? A change of career, the self-employment, going from the job to the new you, new and improved version of you, right? All right, to trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged in your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through. It's all part of the larger plan. And we finish on page 77. Look how many master numbers you have out of this. Like, baby. Oh my gosh. So the Starseed Soul Inquiry says, what are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? What are you being called to do, my friends? So, you're not alone. I am here with you, though far apart. I'm always in your heart. For you and theirs. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. And again, this is 130, which is 13, which is 4. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many starseeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time, laugh because it's so me. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra or find it hard being human. Many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat. Wow. Nourishing and nurturing. To retreat than to spend their time in the meaningless conversations and relationships. However, we must remember that we're not here to go about this life alone. Humans are pack animals, and we all need the love, company, and support of others, both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more, and connected is in quotes, to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media, with so many people knowing our news is in quotes as well. What is it doing to our auric field? Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. The main message of this card is to keep out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, to replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby or having a regular catch-up walk with someone. In what ways can you open yourself up to the people who are physically in your life, those you truly know? That's ending on page 131, and I love it because it's a palindrome, same energy forwards and backwards, which is a 5. So something is changing, transforming, moving. No. The Starseed Soul Inquiry says, how can you reach out to people in your life physically? Celebrate. I told you I was getting, oh, that wasn't you. Oh, yeah. I told you I was getting that Three of Cups energy here. And I do feel like you're meant to celebrate and just have fun. Enjoy your company. Enjoy the surroundings. Enjoy your family and friends, right? It doesn't have to be a competition between them and you and them. However, you know what I'm saying? But just, wow, I told you. I'm not surprised that I have this energy of peace. It's like as soon as this is done, there's just a calming spirit about your energy, dear Sage. And I love and appreciate that. I thank you for that. And I feel like it's wisdom. Like the best thing I could say, come up with was peace, because that's just what I feel. You know, it's just a sense of peace and serenity that comes over me. If that's what that feels like, you know what I'm saying? And which I feel it is. But it's wisdom. It's that enlightenment energy that I told you were getting from the general intro, which is beautiful. It is very beautiful. It's like no other. I don't know. Y'all always just take me there. I want to go there. Take me there. Take me to that great place. Yeah. I love it though. I thank you. Y'all, that's all I got. If it resonates, y'all know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment down below your testimonies, because you never ever know how that may help someone else grow, especially and including yourself. That's what we're here for, to learn and grow as a family, as a tribe. If someone comes to mind, please do like, share, as I mentioned, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you so very much for all of the love, the likes, the shares, the comments, and of course the subscriptions. Y'all, I wouldn't be here without you. Can't do this without you. You know what I'm saying? So I pray that you get something out of it. Please do let me know, you know. If you are joining me for another pile, I will see you there. If not, please do take care. Once again, I love you and I thank you. And don't forget to spread your love and light, y'all. It truly makes everything all right. It really does. And it makes you feel better. Well, I'm out of here. Until the next one, y'all, be easy. Deuces.